So another thing that we notice about this Mishnah is that it starts with the word Rabban. So far in the first almost 2 complete chapters of this Pirkei Avot, almost every single time, with a couple of exceptions, each time we heard a name, it was just the first name. Shmaya, Avtalion, Hillel, Moshe. We heard just the first name. But here we get a description. Rabban. Now the Gemara explains that what are these names? Why does he get a description? Because in this world, if you have a title, you're more important. If you're called Yaron, you're Yaron. If you're called Moshe, you're Moshe. You're called Rav, ooh, guys, automatically a tzaddik. Automatically a tzaddik. You got a beard too? It's Gdol Ador possibly. Tzaddik Nistal. It's one that no one knows about yet. You have a title of a rabbi? Professional. You have a title of a doctor? Genius. Title of an attorney? You know, they put the 18 titles on their business card that no one understands. Each one is $300 an hour. So it depends on how many titles. You add the money. Get a title. Everybody wants a title. I remember in my business days, Baruch Hashem, Hashem took me out of it. That was probably the best mercy He's ever done for me. At least the one that I know about. And I remember all my employees would constantly negotiate with me of what they're allowed to put on their business card. A title for themselves. Financial advisor, registered representative, vice president, senior vice president, director, all these titles, senior consultant, senior wealth management, it's all shtuyot. Anyone that sees a business card of someone in the financial services business, he sees the business card, he sees the title, you could just cross it off and put shtuyot. Nonsense. It means absolutely nothing. Everyone takes the same license, and some of them don't even have a license. Some people work with a license because they work through a self-regulatory system called FINRA. It used to be called an NASD. And some don't work through them, they work through the SEC. And through the SEC, you don't have to have a license. In so many words, meaning, everyone's doing the same exact thing, they just call it a different name. The guy that's an insurance salesman, all of a sudden he's a wealth manager. He has $15 in the bank, but he calls himself a wealth manager. The guy that's giving you stock advice calls himself a consultant or a director. He just got the job last week. He's 18 years old. He's already a consultant. Spell consultant he doesn't know yet. He has to use a spell check. It's all shtuyot. But I would have these guys, these young guys, come to me and negotiate. I want financial advisor, I want vice president, and you don't even know how to spell vice president? I'm like, what do you care about these titles? He goes, yeah, you probably don't care because your card says president, CEO. That's why you don't care. I said, yeah, but I built a business that got me to be president, CEO with no title. So it's not really true what you're saying. Because yeah, but you're already president, you're already CEO, so that's why you're getting more business. The reality is quite different. Quite different. The world gives too much value to these titles. And the reality is that if you're so focused on your title, you're usually not focused on what the title is supposed to mean. If you're so focused about having a CEO under your name, you're probably not a good CEO. Because a real CEO doesn't care about a business card. Somebody else makes of him. He's too busy making money. He's too busy building the company. If you're so busy being a consultant, you don't have time to make a business card and thinking about how the business card is going to look and what's it going to say. You're busy being a consultant and helping people. If you're so busy trying to figure out whether people should call you Rav or Rabbi or the Rav HaGaon or the Rav HaGaon HaMekubal or the Rishon LeZion Mekubal Gaon and Yada Yemina Shel Hashem, Malach Hashem, and all these different things that people call themselves. The reality is sometimes quite different. A humbling story about Rabbi Moshe Feinstein is that one day a father yells after his kid, Moshe, Moshe, a little kid running around. He's trying to stop him. Moshe, Moshe, don't go in the street. Moshe. And Rabbi Moshe Feinstein turns around, yes, what can I do? He goes, no, Kvod Harav, I'm sorry. No, I would never call Kvod Harav. Moshe. Kvod Harav. Rabbi Moshe Feinstein says, but I'm Moshe. That's his name. To him, he didn't understand. Why wouldn't Moshe be his name? Because the fact that he was Gdol Hador meant nothing to him. Because he knew this Mishnah. He says, all this Torah that I know, there's no credit that I deserve. Why? Because that's what I was created to do. You don't get an extra cookie for having 2 arms. You have 2 arms. There's no extra credit for it. You don't get an extra cookie for coming to work on time. You're supposed to come on time. That's what you're paid to do. But for some reason, we are constantly looking for extra credit for the basic things we're supposed to do. Oh, I went to Minyan every day this week. Good. Fine. What would you like for us to do? Clap for you? Do a standing ovation? Yes. What do you want to do? You came to Minyan. Oh, I donated money to the Beit Knesset. Zaku Baruch. What are you looking for here? Well, you want the name because you donate on the light? You know, sometimes people donate to the Beit Knesset. Why? Not because they care about the Beit Knesset. Because they want a plaster, a poster on the wall. He donated $312 for this light bulb. 20 years the light bulb is there. It's already old. Needs a new one already. But they still remember that the guy donated $320 for the light bulb. He donated for the sign, for everyone to know. Not really because he cares for people to have a light. So when we have a confused mind of what we're supposed to do, we look for credit. When we know what we're supposed to do, we focus on actually doing something about it. And that's one of the most important things that a person needs to know in life. If you're so focused on getting credit, in reality, you're never going to have a real reason to get credit for. And if you are getting so much credit for whatever good deeds you're doing in this world, you're going to be the most miserable person in the world when you get to Shamayim. Because they're going to tell you, oh my friend, you got so much credit. You got the building with your name on it. You got the kehillah that always shook your hand. You got the community that always praised your name like it was Moshe Rabbeinu of the generation. So all of the credit that you were supposed to get, you spent 99% of it in that world. This is the 1% you have left. Once you see the 1% that you have left, and how amazing it is, you're only going to cry about the fact that you didn't have the whole 100%. You're only going to cry about the fact that someone even knew you actually did a mitzvah bichlal. Because if someone knows the true value of a mitzvah, they want to do everything they can to hide it. You give a donation anonymously. Don't tell anyone you donated, and even if you want to get to the highest level of donation, you want to find a way that the one that received your money doesn't know you gave. That's the highest level of donation.
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by Torahanytime.com.